Hello, I'm Carl Baker and welcome to this Inspire for Academicians tutorial on new habits. Let's sign in. And F11 to expand the screen. The difference between new habits and your normal activity working on towards a challenge is that with the challenge cycle, your consultant is aware of your activity. Whereas with new habits, the consultant isn't aware of them. It's entirely up to you whether you work on new habits or not, and then how often you work on new habits. It's entirely down to you. But working on new habits is treated the same way as the activity cards. New habits has two activity cards, a practice and a review. Now, the way new habits works as an overview is that during your cycle, working on your challenge, you will review your actions and have the opportunity to choose a new habit to work on. You'll choose a new habit because the action that you took you found to be worthwhile and useful, and something that you want to continue to use within your life. And so therefore you want to embed it and make it a permanent part of the way you work. If you look at the Review Actions tutorial, you'll be shown how to actually choose a new habit. One piece of advice: be careful about choosing new habits, because it can be tempting to choose too many, and that in fact they're not as important to you as you first thought. So do consider seriously before picking up a new habit. Okay, let's click on the new habit card. This is the first of the two cards, which is Set New Habit Practice. Here we have the new habit: set a personal target with a reward to motivate me. And I can rewrite this new habit at any time, so I can refine it. So as I practice and review, I may find that this isn't quite what works for me, and so therefore I can reword it and change it at any time. I can delete the new habit. So after practice and reviewing a couple of times, I find that actually I'm not getting the benefit from it that I thought I was. So you can delete this new habit at any time and just throw it away. New habit history. Here is a history of all of your practice and review, including the original action that you took and reviewed during the self-coaching cycle. So the reason we chose this new habit was that I planned a holiday that I can go on 6 months after I get a job, and the success was I feel even more motivated to get a job, a holiday plan. This history will also show you not just the positive, what came out of the working on the new habit, but also what was difficult about it. So I couldn't afford the holiday I really wanted. If you've looked at the review videos, the action review video, then you'll know what we did to choose this new habit. And this will be the detail. And so as we practice and review, this will build up. Now it's quite straightforward. What action can you take by, and the system will put in a date for you. But again, it's entirely up to you whether you follow this or not. So what action can you take by this date to practice this habit? So what Inspire's looking for, or what we're asking you to do, is to take this new habit and find other ways of practicing it. So you can do exactly what you did before. However, it is better to try different things, and it may not be to do with getting a job. It may be something in your personal life. It's anything where you can practice embedding this and try out again this new habit. We'll choose one to do with a job in this particular case. So let's think, I will go for a walk after I spend an hour looking for a job. So I might spend that hour looking on the internet or reading newspapers or whatever. So I have given myself a reward going for a walk. It would probably actually with me be go and have a coffee from one of the coffee shops because I drink a lot of coffee and I enjoy that. But whatever it is, it can be small rewards. It doesn't matter. It can be a small item that you're working on or something major. But try different ones as you do the practice and review cycle. So once you've put it in, I can set a reminder if I want to, as with setting actions in the cycle. And then I can set that action for myself. Just to point out the other two sections at the top here, we have when you chose the new habit, you chose 2 personal aspirations that you believe you'll benefit from embedding this new habit. And in this side, the system will keep a track on your progress. So at the moment, you have not yet practiced this new habit. It will also say here, recommendation, that you've embedded it. And it depends clearly on how well you work on these actions. But it's several practice and review cycles, probably 5 or 6 normally, before you will embed a new habit. So we click the green button. And here we can see that we have the practice that we're going to carry out. So it's there to remind us. Although your consultant isn't aware of your actions, he is aware that you've got a new habit. And Inspire will send you reminders. So this is the action I'm carrying out. When I'm ready to review that action, I click the card. Same information at the top. The same options, so rewrite this new habit, delete the habit, view the habit history. Now and it says at the top, review new habit practice, so that's the card we're on. So now it's going to ask 3 questions and for you to make 3 decisions. So what did you find that was successful about using this new habit? The new habit practice was I will go for a walk after I spend an hour looking for a job. So what did I find that was successful? I started with more enthusiasm. Okay. Next, what did you find was unsuccessful when using this new habit? I did not spend a full hour. And finally, do you want to reword this new habit to suit your style more, or for it to have more impact? So this is again the same as this. It allows me to change the habit and refine it following my review. Then we have 3 questions to review our experience. First, did you find this new habit easy to carry out or difficult to carry out? I found it easy to carry out. Did you find this new habit very useful or not useful? I found it useful. Do you want to keep this new habit? If I say no, it will discard the habit. If I say yes, it will allow me to carry on practice and reviewing. So that's how to review. It is based on these questions that the system is going to assess whether you have successfully embedded the new habit or not. Oh, I've just realized I've spelled that wrong. Take the E out. Okay, press the green button. It says you have 3 working days to identify a new action with which to practice this new habit. Do you want to enter the new action now? In other words, you've done a review. You may as well set the practice straight away rather than coming back to it. But it's up to you entirely. I'm going to say no. One other thing to note is that once you've embedded a new habit, the system will retain it in the history. and you simply click this button here, this chevron, and here is the new habit. So this will build up with new habits, those you're working on and those that you've successfully embedded. How this new habit is useful to me, you can just do the drop down list, and here I feel even more motivated to get a job, holiday plan. I started with more enthusiasm. So this is building up again a success history for you to see why you are actually using this or working on this new habit. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.